know why it's like such a chore. As soon as you walk back into the house, you like look at different things and you're like, oh, I'll fix that real quick. And then you're in there for like 15 more minutes. Today's is coconut. It's the coconut berry. Someone did say to me I should have a straw. Oh shit. I should have a straw. I guess. I don't know. I usually only drink when I'm stopped. When I I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. When I'm stopped, when I'm at a stop sign, when I'm at a stop light, a traffic light. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Pod. Oh, they came back for more stuff. My neighbors are moving too. So, yeah. So, I just don't like how I have to get all the way out into the street just to see around this thing. It was really cool watching them. You can actually watch a video on how they deliver it. It's really pretty cool. I was going to take a thing of it, but I didn't. Alright guys, no makeup. Okay. Everybody ready? Alright. We are going to talk about Jeri and Henson. I was watching her video that she did the live with her husband after he did his live that he took down, and then after he did his live, I don't know. Yeah, before he did his live by himself where everybody was like praising him and stuff. The video for, I'm not going to talk about his right now, but hers with him sitting there like a dodo bird. I'm sorry. Anything that we say about her is going to sound mean. It's going to sound judgmental. It's going to sound that way. For one thing, I don't think, and this is my personal opinion, I'm going to go this way. I don't think that they should necessarily break up. I'm not into breaking up marriages. That's not what I'm into. They should get counseling, and they should get separate counseling. They should get marriage counseling, and then they should get separate counseling. She should have a counselor anyway. She's stage 4 cancer, right? Stage 4 cancer. She should already have a therapist or a psychologist, because my sister does. My sister's stage 3, and she does. Because, you know, you have to have coping skills to cope with everything that you go through. All the appointments, all the pain, all the dread, all the not knowing, all the fear, all the sadness. You should, and he should too. I mean, you know, take it from the Apples, you know, the Applefords. They both went to counseling. I mean, counseling is not a bad thing. It's coping skills. You need them, right? So anyway, this is my thought on Jeri. I'm trying to be nice, but in my mind I'm like screaming a lot of curses right now. I was watching her video. Sally read a comment. I forgot who the comment was from. I'll go back and I'll try to get the name. But they said that they wrote to me, left me a comment. There's no comment, by the way, about that I'm moving to Texas and what's going to happen to the stray animals. Well, I'm trying to capture as many as I can right now, which is a little difficult. If you could imagine them being stray, they don't like to be held. They don't like to be touched. I mean, I can barely pet the one mama. She's been with us for 8 years. Do I like the idea of I might not be able to catch them and bring them with us? Does it make me incredibly sad? Yes. And you know what else makes me sad? Is I have my dog buried there. Like, buried there. Does it make me sad that I'm leaving? Yes, it does. Because you don't think about it when your animal passes. You know, you just don't. So, I know that my beloved Mia, Sam, and Delilah Basic Pet Cemetery. Sorry, Stefano just text me. So, okay, so anyway, the question was, they're moving to Texas, and Jeri Ann took it upon herself. Like, I would have just ignored the question because it pertains to somebody else. Because what does Jeri have to do with me moving? Nothing. It was the stupidest question I've ever heard. The stupidest question. Like, do you think that Jeri Ann cares about stray animals? Do you think she's that compassionate? Because I certainly don't. So anyway, she doesn't answer anything about the stray animals, of course, because, compassion stops with herself. And so she goes and says, I don't watch her channel. You didn't watch my channel for years. You know what? You didn't watch my channel until somebody said, oh, Pam's Life. Didn't you used to talk to her? Yes, we talked. We were not, listen, I will say this one more time for the people in the back row and for Jeri Ann's ears. We were never friends. We are creators on YouTube. That's it. We happen to do the same DIYs. We happen to do Dollar Tree hauls. We happen to always interface that way. Not that I went on some of her lives back in the day when they were doing them together to say hello, and then I popped out, to show support for another YouTuber, not to show my friendship. Okay? A friend has my telephone number. A friend we text with each other. We call each other. That's what a friend is. I was never a friend to Jeri Ann. Never. And I'm sick of saying it. So we're going to end that now. We were never friends. So, but this is what I have to say about Jeri Ann. Talking and belittling her husband yet again, while he's sitting there looking like a sad puppy. I don't know if he got up and left and finally couldn't take it anymore or whatever. But really, sitting there going, there's two sides to every story. Yeah, we heard your side. We heard your side when you're talking about your husband's ED and your husband's on the mild spectrum and your mother-in-law having dementia and this and that and this and that. We've heard you. We've heard you also talking to your subscribers about how Jim doesn't care about you and you feel like he doesn't even love you at times. And we heard you say all those things. I am sorry, but we've heard you say these things for years. It's not a new thing. It's for years. Oh, Jim, why can't you just treat me like I have cancer? See, you should not put things out there into the universe. You should not. Because how's he treating you now? Is he treating you like you have cancer? Is he treating you the way you really wanted him to treat you? Like, is he? Let's be honest, Jeri Ann. Is he doing what you thought he would do when he heard that you had cancer? I mean, you're not treating it. You're not treating it. You're not declining. I mean, the only thing that's declining is you keep eating the wrong foods and now you're on insulin. So you're insulin dependent. I mean, sitting on a couch telling all of us that there's two sides to every story. And we don't know this story. Guess what? We know what you put out there. We know what Jim puts out there. So whose side are we supposed to be listening to? Whose side? We're listening to both sides. I can have compassion because sometimes, men and women go through a rut in their marriage, but it's up to them to fix it. It's not up to your subscribers to fix it. Or, Jeri, when you talk about your husband like you do, and you put him down, he's sitting right next to you and you're putting him down, talking about his ADHD and how angry he gets if he's in the middle of a project and you want him to drop everything and do something else. Of course he gets angry. He wants to finish the thing he's doing. Is that a problem? Is that a problem? All you would have had to do is say, hey, Jim, after you're done with, whatever you're doing, could you please, whatever it is that you need? There's a way to talk to your spouse. Not all husbands love the honey-do list. They don't like it. It's hard to get them to do it. You know what I mean? I can understand you, Jeri, asking him to do stuff because he is a stay-at-home husband now. He stays at home and he cares for you and, he takes care of his mom. I can understand that. Whereas my husband works 12-hour shifts and, he gets up at 4:30 in the morning and, I don't want to bombard him with, honey, I need this done and I need that. No, that could be for the weekend when he has a few days off and he has time to do a project or two. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel, but I have been on YouTube now for 9 years. I have never once, there's a cows, they're drinking on the little creek. I have never once, these are all black cows here. This is an elderly couple that own this farm here. It needs some repairs. So, but their geese are outside. Sometimes they're on the road. That's why I go really slow back here. So, sorry, I got off track. But I forgot what I was saying, darn it. I forgot what I was saying. It probably wasn't even important because all this isn't even important. It's really not. But Jeri Ann, I just want you to know. That's what I was saying. I've been on YouTube for 9 years. I've never gotten into a fight with Stefano online. I've never spoken poorly about him online. I've never told gotcha stories about my husband to get clicks and stuff. And, a lot of people do really watch your videos just to see what you're going to say about Jim. They really do. Same with him. People watch him to see what he's going to say about you. Do I think it's fair that he talks about you online? No, I do not. Do I think it's fair that you talk about him online? No, I do not. I really don't. I don't think that you should be airing out your so-called dirty laundry to the public. You should really change the name of your channel. And it should be, my marriage is in trouble. What should I do? And you were asking people for their opinions. But what you should really do, Jeri and Jim, is you both should go seek some guidance, marriage counseling, private counseling for each other, because you're both dealing with two different things. He's a caretaker and you are the person that is sick, right? You're sick, right? So, and sometimes I think he feels that you're just sucking the life out of him by having him do all these things, and you're not even trying to get out of bed and trying to cook, and one of these days I'm going to get to the table and I'm going to try to. There is a man on Instagram who has stage 4 cancer, and I do recognize that everybody is different with stage 4 cancer. He's not morbidly obese. He's not on any kind of insulin. He doesn't look like he has cancer. That's the point I'm making. Not everybody looks like they are deathly ill. So he makes a good point about the things that he says. And I don't know if I could put it up. If my video gets blocked, it gets blocked. But I'm going to do a little side-by-side with me reacting to what he says up here for you guys. And only because not every cancer patient is sickly looking and on their deathbed. I do get that. But he's trying to live every day. Just like Jenny Apple, trying to live every day. Trying to live, fighting to the last of her breath, right? And she was a pleasure to watch. Did she have her ups and downs? Yes. Did she cry? Yes. Did she break your heart? Yes. Did she show you a true journey? She did. She did. She really did. Her husband, yes, he has his grief thing now that he does, which is fabulous because it helps other people, you know, dealing with grief. Like, he has 2 children, you know, Jim does not, you know, but it does help. It does help to deal with grief. And he does tell you what his counselor says to him, and his psychiatrist tells him to go out and make friends, which is hard to do right now because he's not in the mindset to do that right now. You know, he's in the mindset of he just lost his wife, you know, 4 or 5 months ago. You know, I don't live in his shoes. I could not imagine. You know what I mean? But, Jeri Ann, I really wish that you would take some of your advice that you're so willing to dish out to everybody and take it to yourself and give yourself your own advice on not putting your stuff out there so that people can't talk about what you're going through or make judgments or talk about your life with your husband. Stop doing the things you're doing and nobody will be able to talk about it, right? We won't be able to talk about it because you won't be doing it. So that's my advice to you. And that is it. Like, I was texting Diane and I was like, Diane, I can't even finish watching this video. And I wasn't even an hour into it. Was not even an hour into it. And I could not finish watching it. It was like a train wreck. Not that I like train wrecks, because I do not. But it's incredible the things she was saying with, and what gets me too is Sally. Why do you participate in this nonsense? Please stop participating in it. It's too much. It's too much to have somebody talk. I know right now I have a son, I have daughters. If somebody was sitting there in my house, the house that I pay for, the bills that I pay for, and they were spouting off the way she does, I would have a fit. I would have a shit fit on air. And I would tell her, I would put her in her place, and I would tell her, this is my house. You don't talk about my son that way. If you have a problem, go in their bedroom, work it out. Don't work it out. I don't care what you do, but this is my house, and we're not going to listen to this anymore. Belittling the man is not going to improve your relationship with your husband. It's not going to improve your relationship with his mother. It's just mind-boggling that you think that it's a-okay to do that. Please tell me that you really, really do not just sit there. Because when he was doing his live, Jeri, we heard you. We heard you yelling in the background of his live. I did hear that because I watched the replay, and I heard you screaming in the background like you wanted us to know that you were mad. Look, we've seen you when you were mad. I don't know if you remember, but I think the other ladies will clearly remember with me about what that little outbreak was, that little outburst of yours, yelling at your husband, not trusting him, yelling at him, asking who he was talking to. Your husband has every right to talk to whoever he wants to. Would I like it if my husband was talking to a whole bunch of females? I wouldn't. But then again, my husband won't do that. He'll do a live with me. He won't do a live about me. You know? So, I'm going to put the kibosh on this. You guys all know how I feel about her. It is not that I don't like her. It's I don't like her actions. It's her actions I don't like. The constant coming on and complaining about your husband. I can understand complaining health-wise. Yes, you have stage 4 cancer. You also have diabetes. And, you know, neuropathy and diabetes go hand in hand. I have neuropathy in my feet and in my hands from lupus. So, and I can tell you, it's a painful thing. Sometimes I don't drive because of my neuropathy sometimes, because I never know when it's going to bother me. But, you know, there's a difference, Jeri Ann, between you and a lot of other women. A lot of other women do cherish their marriage, and it's a sacred thing. And even when you have an argument with your beloved husband, you don't broadcast that on YouTube. You don't. So if I was you, I would take my advice and stop talking about your marriage on YouTube, and everybody else will stop too. Guaranteed. Because if you don't talk about it, it gives them nothing to talk about, right? Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am going to go to the Dollar Tree. I'll take a couple pictures here and there, see what they have new at this Dollar Tree. Haven't been here in a while. So yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope they get it together soon. Get marriage counseling. It works. It really does. And it'll help you. It'll benefit both of you. So you take care now. I'll see you all in the next video.